Creating a life that you love doesn't happen by accident. It's something that you do on purpose by setting goals and checking in on those goals to track your progress. So today we're going to be talking about how to do a mid-year goal check-in.
Hi, I'm Joseph.
And I'm Tasha with One Big Happy Life, and we help you find balance, build wealth, and live happy. Everything that you need to create the life that you want. And speaking of finding balance while also building wealth, right now we are doing a free live money masterclass called From Surviving to Thriving, where we are going to be teaching you the tools and strategies for building a seven-figure nest egg while enjoying your life along the way. So be sure to grab your seat over at oneBigHappyLife.com/money plan.
Doing a mid-year check-in is really important because it is how you stay on track to achieving your goals, because you always want to make sure that you are on the right track, and mid-year is a perfect time to do that. The first step is thinking about what vision you have for your life. And don't start with where you are right now. Don't get tied to that. Think about where you want to end up. That's the key. And then you plan backwards from that to make sure that you are going to hit where you ultimately want to end up. And we do this exercise in Wealth Builder Society to really get people focused on, their vision and how they see their life, how they want their life to be, and then they set their goals.
Yeah, and we actually just did a video about this where we walked you through 3 specific exercises you can use to help you figure this out, and the importance of actually doing these exercises and writing this down. Because the problem is that so many people, they go through life on autopilot and they don't think about what's coming, right? They don't think about, well, what is the thing that I ultimately want out of my life? And so even though they're changing and things aren't feeling right, they kind of just keep doing it and hoping for the best. But the truth is that if you're living your life on autopilot, then you're just going to get more of the same. So the only way autopilot works is if you program it to get to the destination that you absolutely know that you want to get to. So that's why you've got to start with your vision. Your vision is that destination.
The second step here is to look at the first part of your year and see what happened. So you want to know where you began your year. What was your life like then? And then after you know this is your starting point, you look at your ending point. So this is mid-year, so you're looking at where you are right now, looking backwards, and what changed. Because that's really the key. What did you plan on happening versus what actually happened, to see what changes were happening and are you moving towards that vision at the end?
Yeah, 2020 is an unusual year where I feel like for the first time ever, we can say that just about no one planned for 2020 to go down the way that it has, which means that we didn't see 2020 coming. You didn't see 2020 coming. And so there are a lot of things that have happened that were not a part of your original calculus at the beginning of 2020. But even if that wasn't the case, even if 2020 was a ho-hum regular year, right? Nothing fancy happened, it's still a good idea to look back on how did your year went? Not just did you hit your financial goals, which is also a big thing that we talk about, but did you hit your life goals? Are you closer to the life that you want to live? Are you farther away? Are you happy about the way your 2020 has gone? Are you happy about how you've been spending your days? What do you want to change? What don't you want to change? What do you want more of? What do you want less of? Understanding these things about your life, it's essential because that way you can start changing things going forward. And so, especially with your finances though, because those are really concrete, really sit down and look at your financial progress. What progress have you made on your financial goals? How much has your net worth changed? How do you feel about that? And what are some lessons that you've learned along the way that you want to make sure that you're incorporating into your worldview and your life plan going forward?
And I'd say in a year that has this many shocks to it, you probably have quite a few lessons in any number of areas in your life. And it's also important to remember to celebrate those wins that you did have and really lean into the things that were working well, because you definitely want those to continue.
The next step is to reevaluate your goals. Are those goals, do they still fit with the life that you want? Do they still make sense in light of everything that's happened in 2020? It's time to readjust, to course correct for the rest of the year. So maybe your plan had been, like for us, to rapidly grow our business in 2020. And I think we had to take a step back and be just a little bit more cautious, because uncertain economic times, you want to make sure that, you're just not going to take the same kinds of risks in business or in life on the same level as you might have taken before, when the economy is just like chugging along. Or a lot of us are home now. We're home with our kids. We're facing homeschooling while working full time into the fall. And if I were you, I don't care what anyone says, I would have a plan that your kids are home and you've got to homeschool. Do not fall into the wishful thinking that everything's going to work out perfectly and things are going to go back to normal. No, now is the time to also kind of plan for the worst, just in case 2020 gives us more of what it's already been giving us.
Yeah, so as you figured out what kind of different goals that you want, now plan out the next half of the year to make sure that, as best you can, given what's going on, you're going to hit where you want to end up by the end of the year. And it's probably not going to be anywhere where you thought you were going to be, given all the different scenarios that are going on right now, but that's completely fine. And also, it might just be because you've changed your mind about stuff.
Yeah.
Also fine.
Yeah, so what new routines do you need? So we've got the bigger goals, but now you've got to break those big goals up into the actionable chunks that you're going to be taking, the actions that you're going to be taking every month, every week, every day. What new routines do you need? What changes do you need to make in your finances? What other sources of income can you look to add to your financial life over the course of the next 6 months, just in case, worst come to worst, there's even more economic upheaval, even greater amounts of unemployment? What can you do to shore up your finances and your life so that you're prepared for whatever else 2020 has in store for you?
As you're planning the rest of your 2020, be sure to head on over to onebighappylife.com/money plan to join us for our free money class, From Surviving to Thriving: How to Build a 7-Figure Nest Egg While Loving Your Life Along the Way.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.